There isn't much left to be said about the world's #1 bowler, Jason Belmonte. Sean Rash is looking to add to his Hall of Fame resume. They'll compete in the 2018 PBA Tour Finals right now. Welcome, bowling fans, to Allen Park, Michigan, and Thunder Bowl Lanes just outside Detroit. It is time to resume the 2018 PBA Tour Finals. 8 of the world's best bowlers compete for a PBA Tour title and a place in bowling history. After the first game, Jason Belmonte, Simonson, Rash, and Dom Barrett in Group 1 after 2 games, and in Group 2. Marshall Kent at 458. EJ Tackett, the defending champ, not far behind. 10 pins back at 448. Jesper Svensson, 447. And Tommy Jones with Hall of Fame credentials of 419 through 2 games. So show 2 is underway from Thunder Bowl Lanes.
With 7 PBA Tour titles, give it up for Jesper Svensson!
Jesper Svensson, star from Sweden. Two-handed lefty from Gothenburg gets us started from Allen Park.
With 9 PBA Tour titles, EJ Tackett.
Just outside Indianapolis. EJ Tackett gets started. Dave Ryan alongside my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Randy Peterson. High above Thunder Bowl Lanes. Great to have you with us. Watch EJ Tackett with a great start.
With 4 PBA Tour titles, give it up for Marshall Kent.
Marshall Kent, tremendous look in show 1 through 2 games. A 10 pin there, 458. The leader of Group 2.
He owns 18 PBA Tour titles. Make some noise for Tommy Jones.
Great to be with our Master of Ceremonies, Dennis McCamery, again this year. TJ's first of the day. Split.
Perfect.
4-9 for Jones. Marshall Kent takes care of business. Nice conversion for Tommy Jones. That was not easy, Randy.
And talking with the players, Dave, they all agreed that this 39-foot Don Carter pattern was going to be the toughest of the 4 patterns.
Missed the pocket. 3-6 stance for Marshall Kent. Back to Jones.
Solid there for TJ on 11 and 12. Great conversion on the 4-9, by the way, for TJ. Marshall Kent, a couple of spares to start.
EJ Tackett starting this event as a 2 seed and defending champ.
Wow.
All 10 down, got a good look. Former PBA rookie and player of the year. Svensson, lefty power.
And the only southpaw out of the 8 players. And you kind of feel that if Jesper gets something going, he's going to be hard to catch.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Oh, no.
7 stands somehow.
I'll take that one. Yeah.
E.J. Tackett's pin action here on the last shot. Watch this. The 7 pin got hit twice, otherwise it goes down. Got hit on either side of it.
Wants to start it moving a little bit, wants to stand it back up. Amazing. Tough break. Jesper Svensson. 447 total pinfall through the first 2 games. This is the 3rd game of qualifying. This is Group 2. 2 groups, 8 bowlers. Top 8. Famer.
Great career he's had. This man's career here just getting started.
25 years old, Marshall Kent. After this event, he's headed to Kodiak, Alaska for a little fishing, some halibut and salmon. He told us yesterday he just can't wait to get up there.
Him and his dad.
That's got to be fun. Now, some halibut are huge. You go in deep water in Alaska, I mean, they're 100+ pounds. He goes for the 25 to 30 pounders. He says the best eating.
They're better eating, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. Run a place up there, take some plane tours around. Beautiful country. Tommy Jones gets a break.
Tommy Jones fighting his way back into this.
Back to Tackett.
Ooh, 4 through the middle.
Marshall Kent, 4-time winner of the PBA Tour.
Another 4-9. Here's EJ's. He's going to try to get the ball over into this area here and throw that 3-pin over into the 4-7 and hope to carry that back pin, the 9-pin.
Couldn't quite do it. 4-7 stands there for E.J. Tackett. Kent top split, whiffs, misses them both, and loses the count.
Pretty interesting 4th frame. 2 splits. Tommy Jones still on a 3-bagger. Svensson starts with a double.
Svensson began this round only 1 pin behind Tackett.
Jeez.
4-pin.
That was the ripper 4-pin there. Comes in just a hair light. Now the Iceman from Sweden. Well, soft 7 for Jesper.
Pin, no problem, E.J. Tackett. Jesper Svensson telling us yesterday he's a big hockey fan. He loves the Swedish Elite League, and with the time difference between Europe and here in the U.S., when he's going to bed, he can fire up the iPad and watch some European hockey. Loves it. Big fan. So he follows hockey, which he played a lot growing up. We talked about our broadcast, and soccer still very closely.
I still don't know what the blue line means.
Keep the puck inside it.
Had a pebble.
Dave Bernhardt from Turbo sitting right behind Tommy Jones. It's great to see Dave. He came back from a mild heart attack that he suffered while competing in a senior event in Florida. Dave was back bowling in about a week and a half.
Great to see him back. Tommy Jones. All 10 back in the pit for TJ.
Just gets down there in a hurry with bad intentions, doesn't it?
No mercy for the pins, Randy, when Jesper Svensson is up. Obliterates all the wood there. Tremendous shot. Jones hoping for a 5-bagger here, 6th frame. After starting things off with the open. Has it.
Houdini.
Tommy coming off of a tough showing on the Roth pattern, making this tough Carter pattern look pretty easy.
Group 2 leader, Marshall Kent, tells us what it will be like to bowl in these 4 different oil patterns. A challenge, to be sure.
I've always been a fan of multiple lane tournaments or multiple pattern tournaments because it's not just playing the same zone with the same ball day to day and just repeating the same process. You have to change zones, change surfaces, change releases. It requires some versatility, and I feel like that's been one of my strong points is my creativity on the lanes and versatility.
Oh! There's some creativity. And there's a scout for number 10. Down it goes, Randy. Tremendous bowling from suburban Detroit.
Yeah, they're slinging wood. Jesper Svensson, the Iceman. Tommy Jones slinging strikes. And Marshall Kent with that nasty last ball carry.
The hug.
The PBA Tour Finals are brought to you by Go Bowling. Promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news or to locate a bowling center near you. Log on to gobowling.com. By Barbazol Razors. Here's a no-brainer. Barbazol's making razors. Try the Barbazol Ultra 6 Plus today. And by BowlerX.com. BowlerX.com is the online bowling supply superstore. Free shipping, free returns, simple. BowlerX.com for the love of bowling.
And take a look at these 2 different patterns. This being the Carter pattern and the Dick Weber pattern. You can see the completely different lengths. The Weber pattern being the longest of the 4 patterns. And there's the Carter. You can see the players are playing in the middle part of the lane and slinging it to the right. The players all agree this would be the tougher of the 4. But guess what? You know who likes the Weber pattern the most out of all 4 patterns?
Who?
Jason Belmonte.
Group 1 leader, 491 for Jason Belmonte after the first show. This is show 2, game 1, group 2. And Jesper Svensson, 7-pin.
Well, you don't see a whole lot of reaction from Jesper, but you did there. He did not like that ringing 7.
Tackett. Look at that ball reaction, 10-pin stands.
Tackett's pulled a nice game with the exception of the 4 through the middle. That real funky 7-pin in the 3rd for him, the 4-pin, and now that 10-pin, even though he only has 90 in the 5th.
Svensson, the 3 seed, telling us that his big point of emphasis would be to be as versatile as possible on the different lane patterns we've described for you throughout our broadcast so far. 2018 PBA Tour Finals. It is a big challenge. To have success, you've got to have versatility in your game. Is Jesper up to the challenge is the question.
Well, the big question mark for Jesper is when is he going to be versatile enough to throw reactive resin when urethane doesn't work for him? Something that he's been working on. He told us his eyes just don't see it correctly. Yeah, another great shot by EJ. His score's not showing it, Dave, but he's bowling a nice game.
So, Kent has been outstanding.
4-9 in the 4th, but he's on a double.
7 frame here.
He did make a ball change as well. Beauty there. So this tough oil pattern, the players are getting to the pocket with no problem. Maybe they figured out something different in practice before air. And crack open a 6-pack for Tommy Jones.
Kent looks at the four-bagger. 8th frame.
Oh boy.
Oh, crossing over, almost a Brooklyn strike. 6-pin stance for Marshall Kent.
Bad shot. He just hammered on it. Looked like he really tried to give that one the gas and ended up pulling it. Remember, 4-game total pinfall on 4 different patterns. After this, Group 2 will go into position round for their next game on the Weber pattern.
Ringing 10-pin for Jones.
That was left of target out of his hand, and he knew it. That covers the spare. So position round after 3 games, the highest pinfall total, that'll be your number 1 seed. Second would be your number 2 seed, and so on. 4 will bowl 3, 2 will bowl 1, and then we'll determine our step ladder order for Group 2. And that will immediately follow Group 1 on the Carter pattern burn. No re-oil between the 2 groups.
Svensson. Oh, 10 back. Wow. Look at the pin action. E.J. Tackett, Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year. Turning point in his career. When did it happen?
The 2015 World Championship. I was using the wrong ball the first half of the game, and I switched balls, and I finally saw what I needed to see, and I felt like at that point I had my body down pretty well, what I was doing, how I was reacting to things on the lanes. But fast forward to the TSC right after that, when I lost to Tom Doherty. That was the best game I'd bowled on TV in my career. Unfortunately, for me, Tom just bowled a better game. So it was that point, I told my dad, I said, if I ever make it on TV again, I think I'm going to win.
And he has won a lot since that point, no question about it. E.J. Tackett, one of the top young bowlers of the game.
Without question. And right now, E.J. cannot knock him over. But yeah, that was the turning point. And after that, E.J. won a lot. 2 majors and a Player of the Year award.
10-pin for E.J. Tackett. Only one of 5 players, along with some real legends, Belmonte, Barnes, Jones, Mike Albee, to have won PBA Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year in the same career. It is not easy to do.
Kent max score 222 would give him 680 for the 3 games. And a much better shot this time on the left lane. Tommy Jones max score 269. Soft 10.
Fourth place, Group 2 of the 4 bowlers, starting show 2, 419 for Tommy. Kent trying to finish in style here.
Tommy Jones, possible 258. And Marshall Kent trying to close out 222. .680 for Kent after 3.
Come on, get yours.
Tommy Jones wrapping up this 3rd game.
Another one.
Come on, catch it.
Just missed the last 2 shots. A pinch at the bottom, causing those quitter 10s. Now Jesper Svensson, he's got 248 max score. Oh man. So we've seen 2 4-9s for the right-handers and now a 6-8 for the lefty.
Ten-pin for Jones. 6-8, no easy matter for the lefty. He nails it. Jesper Svensson, a spectacular conversion. What a shot for the young star from Sweden. Time now for the hammer tough spare replay. Randy, this is fun to watch.
Yeah, again, just a perfect execution of sliding the 6 into the 8 by Jesper. Tommy Jones finishes with 243, 662. Jesper 226 gives him 669. And now E.J. Tackett finishing his 10th frame. Excuse me, 673 for Jesper Svensson. E.J. Tackett, max score 209, gave him 657. Real tight for Group 2 heading into position round. Wow.
Just a beautiful shot.
And again, Dave, I thought these 4 players made this pattern look pretty gettable. You look at EJ's score, and it's certainly not indicative of how well he bowled this game. Yeah, I think he only missed the pocket once.
Whoops.
Uh-oh. Make it twice.
We are done. Show 2. Game 1. Group 2. Marshall Kent has got the lead through 3 games here in Allen Park. Hammer tough spare replay. Randy, Jesper Svensson.
Well, we saw the 4-9 made that game, but Jesper Svensson, not to be outdone, steps up and makes the 6-8 perfectly.
After game 2, Belmo 491. Anthony Simonson, the youngster from Texas, only 21 years old, 483, not far behind Belmo. The world's #1 ranked player, Sean Rash. And Dom Barrett competing as well.
With 3 PBA Tour titles, Anthony Simonson. With 6 PBA Tour titles, Dom Barrett.
Ball.
Our event has 76 career
Trying to follow
PBA Tour
instructions,
titles,
not always
combined
that easy,
18
you know.
majors. Tommy Jones, leader with 18 in his great career. Belmonte not far behind with 17 and 9 majors to lead the way. England's Dom Barrett steps up for better results. Show 2 and a good start.
With 12 PBA Tour titles, Sean Rash.
From just outside Chicago.
PBA Tour titles, Jason Belmonte.
Native of Orange, New South Wales, Australia. Grew up bowling. His family built and operated a bowling center in Orange and still does.
You ever been there, Dave?
I have not. I
Me
want to go.
neither.
It's on the list. Belmo with a great start. He told us today that bowling is in my DNA. And I will be a bowler forever. I asked him, how long are you going to stay #1? How long are you going to be at top of the sport? He said, I mean, I've got no date. I've got no end date. It could be years. With his dedication, Anthony Simonson, one of the youngsters, would like to knock him off that perch. Two-hander, split.
And remember, there was no re-oil between Group 2 and this group, Group 1. Referred to affectionately today as the burn.
Sean Rash, Montgomery, Illinois. He's 35, already 13th year on the PBA Tour. Tremendous results for him. Split. 4-pin stands for Simonson.
12 tour titles for Sean Rash, including 2 majors.
We asked him yesterday to list his top moments. He had quite a few. He actually had 10 he went through, but number 1 was the 2005 PBA Tour title, his first, Parkersburg, West Virginia. You and I called that.
Yep.
His dad was there in from Alaska to watch him. He said, "I'll never forget title number 1."
Hard to forget your first win, Dave. Now, this is a 2-man race now, though, between Jason Belmonte and Anthony Simonson. Belmonte at 491 after 2, Simo at 483, Rash 379, Dom Barrett 350.
Ten-pin for Rash. So Sean Rash, his wife Sarah expecting a little girl in August. Dom Barrett and wife Cassie are expecting a baby in August, but no name. They're not sure the gender yet.
Good.
So it's baby time on the PBA Tour. Sean Rash. Sean told us maybe 3 when it's all said. He's pretty excited about the new arrival this summer.
Well, they all have to work hard to catch up with you, Dave.
Right there.
It's not easy with 6, Randy.
You have a big family.
You've got 2. That's not easy either.
Oh, it's easy now. They're all grown and out of the house. Belmonte is just a monster when he's got it going.
Mowing down pins. Third for Barrett.
Tom Barrett's playing out. I love it. He's playing right around first air. All the other players are in, hooking it. I'll tell you, it's so impressive to watch these 8 players and just how good they are, how versatile they are. It doesn't matter the pattern you put up. They just find a way.
Como. 10-pin.
No. No 10-pin. How dare you?
Scott across the deck takes out number 10 late.
Who do you think you are? He is.
Unforgettable PDW moment. One of many with Pete.
That was about the slowest messenger you'll ever see Jason Belmonte throw, just so you know.
Simonson crosses over for a strike. Rash has a nice look. Our Barbazal close shave replay a moment ago.
And again, take a look at the messenger. The head pin goes to the sidewall, and that would be a really fast messenger for me, but not for him.
He's got it all going, no question about that. Simonson does as well. They are both feeling it tonight here in Allen Park.
Belmonte with a 112-pin lead over Sean Rash and 141-pin lead over Dom Barrett. So again, I think it's a race between Simonson and Belmo. Those two only separated by 8
Too late
pins.
A little bit too late. You're fine, though. Appreciate the encouragement, though, because I need it.
A fan behind Dom got a little overzealous there, rooting him on.
Tell you what, I love his game. Just so solid. Works out, he's in the gym, works hard on his game. He's always tinkering, always working on something specific.
for a pin for Belmo. Dom gave us a very interesting fact yesterday. He lives in Great Bentley. It's a village outside Colchester, England. And it has the largest village green in England. Right in the center of the town, a big park area, 43 acres. Right there in the town. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
I love parks. And you talk about running, he goes jogging there quite a bit. That's his jogging route at home. He loves golf. He's a very good cook as well. Wife Cassie, nutritionist.
Yeah, he said he likes to walk the dogs, cook, and go to the pub. Tough life.
Little golf, that's pretty good. For the 4-seed Dom Barrett.
I'm envious. I'd love to be able to do that. First thing I have to do is get a dog. I can cook, so I got that going for me.
I can attest to that.
All right, Simonson 4-bagger. Belmonte 3-bagger, 9 spare. Simonson trailing Belmonte by 8.
At PBA.com, check out the latest PBA Bowling Challenge mobile game for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. More than 20 million people have downloaded the popular game, which now features new weekend challenges with different locations, equipment, and opponent options and in-game rewards. Click on the PBA Bowling Challenge mobile game. Link at PBA.com and get started today. Cool stuff. Belmo. All 10 back again for the star from Australia. He told you about how Simonson has grown up really fast. Tough upbringing. Come a lot of personal adversity. His family lost his mom a couple years back to cancer. Dad battling health problems as well. He's very financially supportive of his father. Only 21 years old. He's been through a lot. Issues with rash on the approach there.
He's got a pretty cool shirt on, though. I like that jersey. Pretty cool design. Simon unhappy with that last shot he threw. Got it inside again and went through the nose, only leaving the 3-6 though, but
all 10 back for Sean Rash. We asked a lot of the bowlers yesterday, Randy, about the future of the PBA Tour. All were so optimistic about the coming months. Some very exciting news going on.
yep, lots of really great things happening in the future for the tour. As we take a look at Sean's last shot, which was perfect. It's a good time. It's a good time to be a PBA member.
Absolutely.
And bowling on the tour next year is just going to be it's going to be even bigger and better.
And he feels with his workout schedule, he's healthy now. Feels as good as he ever has in his bowling career. He's got a lot of years left. Right now, Jason Belmonte, Anthony Simonson are tearing it up here in suburban Detroit. The PBA Tour Finals roll on next.
From the big
Dom Barrett. And that a hook. 8 pin.
Close.
Belmo 491 after 2 games. 3-point qualifying game number 3. Split.
And another 4-9. Third one for the right-handers. 4 if you count Jesper Svensson 6-8, which is the same thing for a lefty. And Belmonte in jeopardy now of losing that #1 seed for Group 1.
Top split. Can't convert. 9 stands for Belmo. Don Barrett told us yesterday his emotions. Something he's always kept in check on TV. Do that again here tonight. But that he feels very comfortable under the bright lights of television. Seventh frame off the open here for Belmont. 4 strikes so far in this game.
Oh, man.
10 pin. Wow.
That was about the fastest ring in 10 you'll see in a while. Looked like there was a vortex created by the ball that sucked it right around the 10 as that 6 went doing a flyby. Uh-oh.
Simonson through the nose.
We have a little bit different game now, guys, as you take another look at Belmonte's ring 10. Simonson had a 5-pin lead, or has a 5-pin lead, but he must convert the split to maintain it.
What do you say? 4-7 stands for the youngster. Originally from Mesquite, Texas, outside Dallas, now living in Austin. Here's Sean Rash, grew up in Alaska. 310.
Sean's bowled all 3 games on 11 and 12. And if you ask me, I think 11 and 12 is a little bit tougher than 9 and 10. Now Simonson, much better. It's going to come down to the 9th and 10th frame for Simonson and Belmonte. Belmonte right now with a little bit of a lead, not to mention 8 pins after 2. So to do the math, Belmonte's got a 15-pin lead going into the 8th frame over Simonson. Don Barrett. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It was. There's no doubt, Dom. That was really good.
Back to Rash, 13th year on the PBA Tour. And all 10 down for Sean Rash. 8th seed of the 8 bowlers here at the PBA Tour Finals. Don Barrett's got his 10 pin. Jason Belmonte, we're going to stay high.
Delivery.
Belmont trying to wrap up the 3rd game here in style. The leader after 2 games, the 491 score you see. Sean Rash in this group, 3rd of 4, just ahead of Barrett by 29 pins.
Oh.
Tough shot. Incredible look there with a backup going from left to right. Couldn't hit the 3.
Haven't seen this from Jason Belmonte as he attempts a backup ball at the 310. That was pretty cool, even though it's an open frame. And now the lead for Belmonte is only 2, and Simonson can make it 8 his way with a strike, and he does just that. So the scenario for Belmonte and Simonson can strike out, shoot 230, and there's nothing Belmonte can do to catch it. Belmonte max score 214.
Hi, Jason.
Didn't like it. Yeah, 4-7 up.
starting to look like Simonson's going to lead this group going into position round. Strike here is going to end it, and he'll be your #1 seed. There you have it.
Which he does. Anthony Simonson of Austin, Texas. Only 21 years old, is in great shape here. Group 1 qualifying game 3. Belmont had the lead after 2 games, about to relinquish that.
So easy for other players to get lost in the mix when bowling with or against Belmonte, but don't ever overlook or underestimate Anthony Simonson.
Oh, you only got 2 fingers in it. How do you grab at it?
Try putting your thumb in it.
He'll get it straightened out, right?
I think so.
So bad, it's not even funny.
6-10 for Rash.
Got
This
fired.
doesn't have the look. Not comfortable. No problem there for Simonson, 6-10.
Come on.
A much better shot, better look for Dom Barrett.
Possible 239 for Dom.
Nice job. All right. I guess they're not picking this pattern for us anyway. It doesn't matter.
Playing out, bowls 230, pretty strong.
Do you see the Union Jack in his bowling shirt there?
I'm going to take your word for it.
He told us yesterday, no matter what, it's always got the British flag incorporated in somehow. Sean Rash wrapping things up. I can see it now. Not the standard colors, but it works. 4-pin there for Dom and a 238.
Very respectable
I bowled my weight.
225. As Sean says, I bowled my weight. All right, Jason Belmonte can strike out for 214, but it. Well, let's see now. Simonson's at 701, 214. I'm sorry, 204. Simonson is going to be your leader. And Belmonte's going to be second for position round. Rash will be third, Dom Barrett fourth. And that will happen on the Dick Weber pattern. And this group will bowl on fresh.
Belmo knocks them all down again. Jason Belmonte, Anthony Simonson, neck and neck, leading this group. Solid bowling from Rash and Barrett as well. More coming up. Let's get you updated from the 2018 PBA Tour Finals. Group 1 after 3 games of qualifying. All your leaders, Anthony Simonson overtaking the reigning player of the year. Jason Belmonte, 701 to 695. Rash and Barrett still competing as well in Group 1. Group 2, anyone's ballgame. Marshall Kent, 680. Jesper Svensson of Sweden, 673. Tommy Jones, EJ Tackett, the defending champ, at 654. Welcome back to Allen Park. Dave Ryan alongside Brandon Peterson, my Hall of Fame broadcast partner. So we just saw the scores after 3 games with 1 game of qualifying remaining here in Allen Park. Your impressions so far?
Well, for Group 2, it's anybody's ball game to see who'll be the #1 seed for their stepladder finals. In Group 1, it's still about Anthony Simonson and Jason Belmonte. They've got almost an insurmountable lead over Sean Rash and Dom Barrett. A lot of strikes are going to be thrown on this 45-foot pattern, and like I said earlier, this is Jason Belmonte's favorite oil pattern.
Last game of qualifying coming up on CBS Sports Network. PBA Tour Finals roll on. Sean Rash, Jason Belmonte, Dom Barrett, and Anthony Simonson, the world's best, take center stage tonight. Ready to resume bowling in Allen Park, Michigan. Group 1 qualifying game number 4 on lanes 9 to 10, Rash and Barrett. Lanes 11 to 12, Anthony Simonson and Belmo Jason Belmonte. Game 3 here for Group 1.
Well, this is what we just bowled on here. Hang on a minute, let me fix that for you. Let's go to this. So this is what we just bowled on, and this is the longest of the 4 oil patterns. This is the Dick Weber at 45 feet.
Challenging lane pattern here for the bowlers upcoming, Randy.
I think it's going to be high scoring. I honestly think it's going to yield some pretty good scores. But again, a lot of it depends on how the players break the pattern down. 2012 PBA Player of the Year was Sean Rash. And you can see just how much straighter the players have to go on this 45-foot pattern.
Simonson's got to feel pretty good about himself after 3. And for 5th last year in Orlando.
And remember, this is not a traditional position round. There is no bonus pin or bonus pins for winning. You're not bowling against an opponent. It's still a total pin event. So 4 games, total pins, 4 different patterns, and then we will have our seeds for the stepladder finals in shows 3 and 4.
Show 3 semifinals, Group 1. So 4 against 3.
Yeah, I'll fix and tape.
Winner versus number 2, and up we go on the stepladder. Show 4 of the PBA Tour Finals will be the Group 2 stepladder semifinals. We look forward to that on CBS Sports Network. We have shows coming up leading up to the championship. The runner-up last year to EJ Tackett, Jason Belmonte. All 10 back for Belmo.
I think one of the most interesting things for me is when I watch these high-rev power players like Belmonte, when their ball hits where his just did, they don't leave a lot of solid 9s. And that's what you would think would happen. But that #1 position for the stepladder finals right now is between Jason Belmonte and Anthony Simonson. Belmonte trailing Simonson by 6 pins. As you see their totals right there, 701, 695.
Final game of qualifying. All 10 back for Belmo again.
And you know what else is so good about Belmonte is he can change the direction of his rotation. So you can see he's going much straighter now in the longer pattern, but his roll's more end over end as well.
One major in Dom Barrett's career, 4 seed here at this event. All 10 back there. PBA Japan Invitational. There's one in Munich, Germany as well. 2 events, 2013, 2014 in Doha, Qatar. Simonson gets help on the 7-pin.
Easy does it, easy does it.
New look for Sean Rash. He explains why he wears the beard.
Last November did the grow the beard.
No Shave November, and then my wife and I have been trying for another child, and later that month we found out that we were going to have baby number 2, and it was kind of a thing that my wife asked me to do, kind of surprising me, but letting me know that she was pregnant, and said, will you grow your beard as long as I grow this baby? And I said absolutely. So we're about 14 weeks and 4 days away from being freshly shaved.
They're both looking forward to that, right? And the arrival of a second daughter. Congratulations to Sarah and Sean, joining Kaylee. Kaylee's 5 years old. And a 10-pin there for Sean.
I can't grow that facial hair like that. I mean, when I try to grow something out, I kind of look like a dog with mange. Gets real patchy. Take a look at Sean's last shot. Right around the second arrow, maybe just aboard right of it, and leaves that soft 10. Belmonte off to a perfect start. Gets up here on the right lane.
Wow. Third frame, 10-pin for Jason Belmonte.
Another violent 10 for him. Oh, I love this game. It's so simple. Dom's a very versatile player as well. He can do a lot of different things with the bowling ball. It makes it look so easy, so effortless. Again, up for grabs, the #1 spot in the stepladder finals.
Meredith 588. 6 pins, 16 behind Rash, entering the 4th and final game of qualifying. Looking for some help with that messenger across the deck. Didn't take out the 10-pin. Belmo operating only 90-minute sleep. As he made that long flight from Australia, getting here late last night.
And then you can comment about taking tape.
Here's Don Barrett's last pitch, where the messenger goes behind the 10.
I mean, just missed the 10-pin round.
Now, you keep saying that Belmonte only got 90 minutes of sleep.
That's what he said.
Well, I'm going to argue that point because, first of all, you know he flew first class in the big beds that lay flat.
Right.
He's getting plenty of sleep on that long flight. I think he's pulling your leg, mate.
Well, maybe he's trying to build a narrative, but I think it works.
Simonson now, spare 3-bagger.
$7-10 for Rash.
And his carry throughout this event has not been great. I do think the 7-10 is makeable in this center. Sean throws it plenty hard enough. Could he become the 4th player to ever convert the 7-10 on television? The last to do it, Jess Stayrook.
Been a while.
Of course, the first to do it, the great Mark Roth. Did that in 1980 in Alameda, California. See if Sean can bounce one out.
He cannot.
Tom, bar still open?
Sean getting a little frustrated here.
Well, he's trying to have a good time with it, but it's all business for this man and Anthony Simonson. Remember, the leader going into stepladder finals only needs 1 win to advance to the title match.
Belmo would like to be that leader. He's battling Anthony Simonson right now for the top spot. The stepladder action comes up in the next show, the semifinals. Sean Rash, he tried to become the first since Jess Stayrook in 1991 in Tucson, Arizona, to convert that 7-10 on TV. Hard to believe. Only 3 ever. Belmo is looking good. He and Simonson going head-to-head. Neck and neck for that top seed. Stepladder semifinals, the next round. It's a battle in Detroit tonight. Randy, the term baby split refers to either the 310 or the 2-7 split.
Smallest separation between two pins, hence baby split.
For a right-hander,
310,
right.
left-hander, 2-7.
But which is easier to convert?
Well, if you're a right-hander, you're going to leave the 310.
Understand.
If you're a left-hander, you're going to leave the 2-7. They're both the same thing.
Equally difficult?
Equally easy for a split. That's why they call it the baby split. I mean, there is no argument. Right. If you're gonna have to shoot a split,
you want the baby split.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got you.
Great match right now. Well, this is really heating up between Simonson and Jason Belmonte to grab the #1 spot in the stepladder finals. And Belmonte continues to pressure Anthony Simonson. Also, remember the #1 seed in the stepladder finals gets the right to choose the oil pattern.
And if you were to take a guess, what would Belmo choose?
Oh, he would choose this pattern, no doubt. But obviously, Simonson doesn't mind. Spare six-bagger for him. 290 for Simonson, possible. Max score for Belmonte, 279.
Wow. Big numbers. Belmo, wow. Crushing wood. And sending the ball back with power.
Yeah, I really feel for Sean and Don Barrett. I mean, they got to feel like they're out there on an island all by themselves because of what Simonson and Belmonte have done on the other three oil patterns.
Simonson.
Relentless.
Perfection in the 1-3 pocket. And all 10 back into the pit again.
Like a bulldog on a pork chop.
Pins have no chance. John Rash. Wow. We get 10 pin again for Rash. Not had the best of luck. He's got multiple titles in this building. And I told us yesterday how confident he was coming in. But this is all about qualifying in Group 1. Group 1 semifinals. Step ladder. That's the next show.
Oh, no. God, that was bad. Ugh.
Location was okay, but it was bad out of his hand. Hello.
He can do it.
Great shot.
A fantastic effort for the young Texan, only 21 years old. And a fantastic spare. Help on the 10 for Don Barrett. Having some fun with the crowd. His wife Cassie behind Dom. Cassie, a great bowler in her own right, as we said. Bowled alongside Jason Belmonte, Team Australia, for many years. But Cassie does not offer Dom a lot of help. That's his game now. Cassie is retired from bowling, a baby on the way. She's a nutritionist in England. Dom wraps up.
Belmonte needs first strike in the 10th frame and good count. And he will be the leader for Group 1 heading into the stepladder finals. My God. That's just dirtier than a...
Good news.
That's dirtier than a rest stop bathroom. I mean, it's just shot after shot, just 10 in the pit at that speed and rev rate. Oh my.
didn't you? Did you re-rest him?
Hand in the right spot this time.
No, counts.
Yeah, yeah.
Simonson's match score is 265. Belmonte.
So Belmo, Randy adds up the totals here. Trying to wrap up that top seed for the stepladder semifinals. And the next show, Group 1 semifinals and Group 2 semifinals as well. Rest of the championship show on CBS Sports Network. Turn PBA Tour titleists from suburban Detroit. Belmo is pumped.
And to correct myself, Belmonte had to have that hit because of the 6-pin differential heading into this game.
No 7-10 for Rash, just the 10-pin. It's about positioning for 3rd and 4th in Group 1 behind Belmo and Simonson. So Belmonte, splendid bowling again. And will be the top seed. 701, 695 score, referring to the total after 3 games. Jason Belmonte, thumbs up for the two-hander from down under. Tremendous bowling at Allen Park for Belmo. He's the top seed, Group 1, after 4 games of qualifying. Stepladder semis are next for Belmo, trying for yet another PBA Tour title. Another one-ranked player of the world, showing us why. Great action from Allen Park continues right after this on CBS Sports Network. '14 PBA Rookie of the Year, all 10 back to Marshall Kent. Exciting time for him. He's building a house for himself in Las Vegas, he told us about yesterday. Should be done sometime around November. He's pretty excited. 25 years old, building his first house. Pretty cool. Nice pickup for Tommy Jones. That's a beautiful spare for TJ.
3-4-6 conversion. You don't see that left very often, let alone made. But there could possibly be a lot of math involved in this last game as we take a look at the conversion by Tommy Jones. It's like shooting the 3-6-10, just get it a little bit farther right of the 3-pin and cut it into the 4, and he does it perfectly.
Only 26 pins separating the 4 bowlers entering the 4th and final game of qualifying here from Allen Park. So, as we talked about, it is anyone's game in Group 2. Belmonte fired 279 in that 4th game to wrap up the top seed.
This was the one pattern that Jesper said he wasn't real excited about.
EJ Tackett, defending champ.
Pretty good pin action there.
We'll take it.
EJ Tackett out of the 4, currently in 4th at 654, excuse me. Followed by Tommy Jones at 662, Jesper 673, and Marshall Kent 680. Real tight top to bottom. Only 26 pins separates 4th from 1st. Oh my! It's the Tommy Jones leave plus the 7-pin.
Nice wide look at all the bowlers in action at one time here. Qualifying rounds continue. As for Svensson, got all 10 back. Now EJ Tackett is faced with quite a challenge. Converts it. Spectacular shot for EJ Tackett.
Yeah, that's just brilliant.
That was nice. Marshall Kent steps up.
Well, this is a Greek church, and this is going to be a real tough attempt at a conversion.
Too tough. Jones 4th place last year. PBA Tour Finals in Orlando. 7 seed. Next on a single pin spare conversion.
Shot.
Marshall excited. The new house he's building is going to be pretty close to the Raiders NFL Stadium coming up when they move from Oakland. Super Bowl, he's hoping, gets awarded to Las Vegas. He's going to rent that house out. Live in it for a while, rent it for a while. It was a 2-8 for Tommy Jones. It's a good move building in Vegas. That's lead for Svensson.
With all the practice for Jesper on this long pattern, he has not been able to figure out a way to get to the pocket consistently. And he told me it was the one pattern he was concerned with.
We talked about his 26-pin spread entering this 4th and final game of qualifying, so really anything can happen here in this last game. Marshall Kent had the lead entering the final game of qualifying, but it could just get turned around possibly in this last game.
You know, this is the one pattern that you would think he would maybe be able to find a way to use reactive. And it's because of that hit right there. So great location, but there's just not enough around the corner to get that 7-pin out for Jesper Svensson. And you can see the difference in back-end movement from the urethane ball that Jesper's using to the reactive resin ball that EJ Tackett's using.
Do you use reactive resin?
Like 99% of the time. You know, Dave, one of the reasons why he uses urethane is because he likes to go straighter, but his rev rate is so high that he can do that. My rev rate's not high enough to do that. I mean, the lanes have to be scorched for me to use urethane, so I have to rely on the power and the strength of reactive resin bowling balls.
Marshall Kent's got power. And plenty of it.
You are right. The right lane's been a little finicky for Marshall. Greek Church in the 2nd, and now that 10-pin. And right now, EJ Tackett is your leader in game 4 after 4 frames. Beauty there.
No worries for Kent in the 10-pin. It's going to go right down to the wire. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out of this on top in our Group 2 qualifying. Jason Belmonte at 279 that last game to take the advantage as the top seed in Group 1.
I'm going to let you do the math because we all know what a great job I did last time.
At Syracuse, I did not take any math or science classes.
Wow, that's all going to change. That's all going to change, my friend.
After freshman year was not those classes.
EJ Tackett 4-pin on a double. Tommy Jones in good shape still. So is EJ Tackett. And not to be. Marshall Kent leaving a unusual 10-pin. a couple of pins in front of it. Gets to choose the oil pattern for the stepladder finals.
Jason Belmonte has chosen the Weber oil pattern for his already. 45 feet. For that stepladder semifinal show coming up on CBS Sports Network.
Svensson.
You got one more, right?
Kent. Jones, then Tack.
Me? So that's all right then. Yeah, I haven't doubled, I know that.
Getting some scoreboard clarification. We've got it all set now. In the house, the scoreboard was not correct. It was on your screen. Works on the strike here. 6th frame for Svensson. With power, all 10 back. Who is going to be the #1 seed in Group 2? Belmonte, Group 1 top seed. The stepladder semifinals coming up, part of the PBA Tour Finals. Exciting conclusion of qualifying is next. Marshall Kent entering the 4th game, Group 2 qualifying, had a 7-pin lead on Jesper Svensson, looking for the top seed. Flashback, 2014 Harry Golden Rookie of the Year. Marshall Kent uses 2 victories in 2017 to help him get into this year's Tour Finals. Grand Casino Hotel and Resort, PBA Oklahoma Open. He was the top qualifier, used 4 straight strikes in the 8th through 10th frames to defeat legend Chris Barnes and earn his first televised title. And Randy, you said yesterday some of the best bowling you've ever seen.
It was the best 4 shots Marshall's ever thrown in his career. And he needed all 4 of those. Barnes still had a chance, but I'll tell you what an incredible finish. When it appeared that he was left for dead and no chance to get to the pocket, he made 4 great shots.
Tommy Jones looks for the turkey here. Speaking of close finishes, in for a tight one to see who takes the top seed in Group 2.
Marshall Kent's in trouble halfway through. No doubles, 1 open.
6th frame, needs it, wants help for the messenger, a nudge, and it stands, no help on the 10.
Right lane has killed him this game. 2 10 pins in a Greek church. Now Jones working on 3 in a row.
The 7th for TJ.
Left the whole way. EJ Tackett left that, made it. Tommy Jones left that without the 7-pin and made it. He's got a good map at this split. First frame he left the 3-4, the 3-4-6. Now it's the 3-4-6-7. Same idea.
Top conversion, not this time.
Well, not only that, but he loses count too. So when he had a chance to take a nice lead with 4 in a row, it's an open frame and a big open in the 7th.
3 and 10 again for Marshall Kent. Wow. Good looking shot.
And remember that we just saw Jason Belmonte shoot 279 on this same oil pattern. EJ Tackett's still alive to be the #1 seed in the stepladder finals.
Eighth frame here for EJ Tackett. Defending champ looks for the turkey and keep him right in the mix.
Looking for 3 in a row.
And she gets again, another nudge. And he'll take it.
Back-to-back trip nights for EJ. Finally gets a couple of breaks in terms of pin carry. Svensson working on a double now.
Just going to go right down the wire. Exciting finish. Jesper Svensson stays high.
What a great shot that was, Dave. Svensson only 7 pins behind Marshall Kent after 3 games.
Not that difficult.
And you heard Tommy say, not that difficult. Well, maybe at your level, Tommy, but for the rest of us, not very easy. Svensson has a 19-pin lead over Tackett. Right now, Tackett 10 ahead of Svensson in this game. Big shot here.
8 frame, tries for a 4-bagger. No late trip, another strike.
Well, this old pattern is named after Dick Weber, and that looked like a Dick Weber hit right there with the pins coming off the sidewall to take the 5 out for Jesper. How about that? Another 3, 4, 6, 7.
I'll try something.
Jones in a rut. Can't find the pocket. Kent needs it. 8th frame. Works on a spare. Not convert. And some late struggles that put him in a big hole.
And now this looks like it's shaping up to come down between E.J. Tackett and Jesper Svensson.
Ninth frame, Tackett for 4 straight.
Oh,
you bet.
Finally getting some breaks to go his way. Goes back-to-back trip 9s, and then the 7-10 messenger.
Second. Kent in 3rd and Jones in 4th.
Another great shot, and Marshall turns around in disbelief. You mean all 10 went down that time?
Second look, I love it. Tackett, hot late, trying to take the top seed. Looking good.
E.J. Tackett, max score 259. Jesper Svensson, max score 259.
Tackett started 19 pins behind Svensson.
Oh my!
There you go. Different.
This solid 10 is going to end up costing Jesper Svensson the #1 spot in the stepladder finals. And E.J. Tackett just takes advantage of it. E.J. Tackett's going to be the number one guy for the stepladder finals in Group 2. Jesper Svensson, max score now 238.
Wow, Jesper frustrated. Great shot, 10 pin. Tackett, bringing 10 pin.
Well, you know, EJ got some nice breaks for a change and took advantage of it, made some great shots coming down the stretch. And that solid 10 for Jesper Svensson is going to cost him the #1 spot. Looks like it's Tackett 1, Svensson 2. I wonder what pattern E.J. Tackett's going to pick.
So it's official. E.J. Tackett with 9-12, the 4 games. He'll be the top seed in Group 2. Jason Belmonte, 974 for 4 games. Leader in Group 1. So the stepladder semifinals seedings are now set. E.J. Tackett, #1 seed in Group 2. I Go Bowling. Promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you. Log on to GoBowling.com. By the United States Bowling Congress. creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. We are set. Group 2 qualifying standings after 4 games. EJ Tackett joins Jason Belmonte as the top 2 seeds with the semifinals. Stepladder coming up. PBA Tour Finals roll on CBS Sports Network. Join us Tuesday, June 5th at 8 Eastern for the Stepladder Finals of Group 1 from Thunderbolt Lanes here in Allen Park, Michigan.